We hear a lot today about ATP, creatine, glycogen, and lactic acid, but few lifters know what roles these substances play and what the relationships are to one another. The chemical energy for muscle contractions is derived from food. The body stores this energy in the muscle cells in the form of ATP, adenosine tri-phosphate. Now, during muscle contraction, ATP is broken down into energy, phosphocreatine, and ADP. ADP is adenosine di-phosphate. Now, the ATP stores don't last very long, only about 3 seconds. So to continue the contraction, phosphocreatine combines with the ADP to resynthesize the ATP. Now, even the phosphocreatine doesn't last very long, about 8 to 10 seconds. So at this point, glycogen, which the muscle store in large quantities, is broken down to create energy to replenish the phosphocreatine. Now, about a dozen chemical reactions take place at this point. In the end, the resynthesized phosphocreatine once again combines with the ADP to resynthesize the ATP. This energy lasts about 90 seconds. So when the glycogen is broken down, lactic acid is released. And we've all heard that lactic acid is bad, but few lifters know why. Simply put, lactic acid retards muscle contraction. As glycogen continues to be broken down, it is depleted and the lactic acid builds up. The muscles are working anaerobically at this point. It means without oxygen. Now, about 2 minutes into the workout, oxygen reaches the muscles and combines with approximately 1/5 of the lactic acid to produce additional energy. This energy is used to convert the remaining 4/5 of the lactic acid back into glycogen. The body is now working aerobically. In this state, the body can supply enough energy to the muscles to continue working for several hours and even longer. Now, if the workload continues to increase, the circulatory system may not be able to supply the necessary amount of oxygen to convert the lactic acid back to glycogen. When the lactic acid builds up to a few tenths of 1%, muscle contraction ceases. So why is it important to understand this process? By understanding the process, you can take steps to improve upon the process, improve your results, improve your performance. Okay? Now, creatine monohydrate supplementation, we know, increases phosphocreatine and creatine stores 10 to 40%. Now, increased phosphocreatine improves the ability of your muscles to resynthesize that ATP from the ADP following high-intensity, short-duration exercise. Now, another supplement that's very effective in improving this process is sodium bicarbonate. Now, sodium bicarbonate acts as a buffering agent, neutralizing acid byproducts of exercise and allows muscles to function at optimal levels for greater periods of time. Now, it also induces a higher pH level and increases calcium ion binding to troponin. And what is troponin? It's a chemical involved in muscular contractions. Now, you know that if glycogen is important in supplying energy to the muscle cells, that you would need to eat the proper complex carbohydrates in the proper amounts to make sure that glycogen is present. So see, there are a number of things that you can do to improve upon the process, and I think you're going to get better results and better performance if you take these steps.